Greetings from Dystopia, episode 54. Had to stop and think. I laughed. I got a couple comments on the closing of yesterday's video. That was a blooper in the car on the way there. Trying to center this damn camera. It's being finicky today. It's the one bad part of shooting 4K is I lose my face tracking. So I kind of lose my cameraman, so I have to really think about how the screen is laid out. We are heading down the I&M again today. I did not feel like sporting through a bunch of mud. The river has gone up, so the one park I walked at the last few days is flooded out even more than it was yesterday. So came over to the I&M to get the short walk out. Like I said, there's not a lot of miles this week. Got a lot of easy days this week planned because I want to start running again next week. So again, easy days are easy, hard days are hard. Just kind of taking it easy. Audio test using. Doesn't that figure? Getting a lot of vibration out of this microphone. I'm gonna stop up here and tear it down and see if I can't figure out what's going on. The wiggle itself is not much, but it's audible on the recording. So now I'm using the onboard mic just to see with that disconnected. I think that's where it's coming from, but just to make sure. Okay, right now there's no windscreen on the mic. So you should have wind noise, but I want to see if that rattle is still there. The mount itself is complete. It's not broken. Right now I'm wiggling the USB-C. See if that's where it's coming from, an electrical problem. Test 1, test 2, test 3. Alright, just random testing here. I have the microphone apart. I did find that this end cap that I'm talking on, that I'm looking at right now, so at the very end screen, the threads were loose, so let's see if that did it. Okay, testing audio, testing 1, testing 2, testing 3. It looks like the end mic cover on the microphone itself came loose. I'll post some pictures of it here. I'm surprised that they didn't put Loctite on it. Something to, bind it in place. All right, guys, let me get back to walking. See you in a little bit. B-roll, rescue video. I'm also trying to see if that got rid of that wind noise, or that vibration. Creek is up really high today. I bet it was raging yesterday. Just exposure plays with different streams of light coming through as the leaves move. Groups of cyclists. The group going away have masks on. The group coming towards do not. Here's one thing I'd never given much thought to. These high tension lines running over my head. Wonder how many thousands of volts that is. Fairly high because of the amount of insulators. I don't know if the camera will pick him up visually or not. That little guy is making so much noise for being such a small bird. I'll mark him out in the picture. He's at the top center. Hey guys, we're back in the van after the walk. I didn't notice it till I got to my turnaround point. I stopped to check the video and found that the microphone rattle was significantly worse than the day before. So I went through and tore the mic apart found it. I'll post some pictures in the video of what was wrong. Basically, the end of the microphone, when you take the dead cat off, the end cap on the microphone was loose. Highly annoying. And the camera's sliding. I noticed the gimbal's at a funny angle, and I look and I'm like, oh yeah, the camera slid. So the gimbal's doing its best to keep the view. I'd hate to see it if face tracking was on as it falls over, you know. Alright, so we'll go back to the beginning here. One of the questions I was asked yesterday as a follow-up to the Raspberry Pi stuff is, and I have to preface this with saying this is somebody I've known for years. He and I did a lot of HPC, high-performance computing work together, and he wants to know if I can make a Kubernetes cluster, or Kubernetes, as a lot of people say, but apparently it's Kubernetes, out of Raspberry Pis. Sure. I think it's a little advanced for where we're at right now, but we'll get there. Build a little 4 or 5 node cluster, so the master and four slaves. I'm not familiar with Kubernetes, but hey, I can read, I can build. So yeah, we could do that down the road. Why not? I looked, and there's specialized cases available for it as well that would look really cool. So that's something we'll definitely take a look at down the road. It's definitely not a right now process, because I know I can tell by some of the questions I'm getting back on Raspberry Pi, a lot of you guys are newbies, and I'm not faulting you at all. You got to start somewhere, and I don't mind helping. So keep the questions coming. Make sure you like the videos, comment, and you subscribe to the channel. The likes help me know what you like, what you don't like. It also helps push it up for presentation to other people. Subscription, obviously, if you click the bell icon, you'll know when I put a new video out. So let's try and work on that a little bit. The preserve where I was going to walk at today was flooded out. The river actually rose another 2 feet last night as the water comes from up north. Anyways, so I opted to walk here at the I&M. I'll put in some video in the video today. I'll put in some of the video I shot. All my walk and talks are utterly worthless until I fix that microphone. So it's really surprising, that microphone problem. You'll see or you saw in the photos by now, but the cap just screws on, and there's not a single tack of Loctite or anything like that to hold the cap on. So apparently what I did is, trying to get the dead cat off, I squeezed the tip and turned, and it loosened that up. So I will probably put just a single drop of Loctite in there just to prevent that from in the future. So there you go. If you have the RØDE VideoMicro, there's a tip down the road, because that took me a good 15 minutes to figure out where that vibration was coming from. I took the cat off, did a recording, it was still there, bounced it. I didn't hear the rattle, I just heard the thump from my finger hitting it on the isolation mount. So it told me the break was not in the isolation mount, that it had to be an element in the microphone. And that's, well, start at the tip and go backwards. And as soon as I touched the tip of the microphone, that cap wiggled, and I'm like, okay, easy enough to fix. Alright guys, that's it for today. I'm going to go back and do some grocery shopping. I got to go to Walmart. Time to mask up. I don't want to go in Walmart. I don't want to go around people. Oh. Yeah, so we'll go get my groceries done and get some bird seed. A lot of birds coming around now. The migration is mostly over for the bigger guys, the ones that I like. The sandhill cranes, and all of our herons are back. You're seeing those now. You're seeing the greater egrets, the lesser egret. Not lesser egret. Forgot the other white one. Greater egret is the long, tall, white bird, yellow bill, green patch around the eye. Is it a cowbird? I don't know. I'll look and put it right down here at the bottom. Forgot what you call that other white one. Cowbird? I don't know. I'll figure it out. Alright guys, that's it for today. Be good, be well, and we'll see you tomorrow. Bye-bye. Alright guys, that's it for today. Be good.